Let me see if I have the right thing on. I think I do. Excellent. Excellent. All right. I'm planning to do today. All right, so I did spell it right, didn't I? I have not been. I didn't pay too close attention to it. Well, I was typing things. Okay, so wanting to do this stream because we're going to be running this game tomorrow, and I'm trying to refresh myself on everything, because the first time I did this, I really found like I had like a little bit too loose understanding of a couple of these concepts. Hey, Vader Kid. I mean, didn't that emote get like banned on another channel? Isn't this the thing I remember you saying? Hey, Thrash. Welcome. Hello, March of the Gray Eyes. Welcome. Maybe. You're just tempting fate. Tempting fate, Vader Kid. Hey. Dang, a lot of people coming in. So, Morto, thanks for joining us. So, we're going to be playing this game tomorrow. And thank you so much for the follow. And it's been a month since I actually looked at all these things. Looks. And so I thought we'd do that. Dark Hood Ninja, welcome. Just driving. No, I don't believe you. She has to type out that she's here. I'm glad we're being viewed on the road. As an insurance adjuster, I don't actually want y'all to give me more business. So please be careful. All right, so the point of this is we're having to run this tomorrow, and like everything in this game is different. It's 5e, but it's different. All right. You're not at all a road hazard. Vader Kid says, hi, Jen. And so, especially, well, partially for me as the DM, because like I said, it's been about a month since I looked at any of this, and I want to make sure I understand it. Duck's Honor. Oh, yeah, you're getting bold since she's not here to ban you. That's awesome. And then secondly, for the players. Wow. That'll learn you. So obviously we have two people on the road, but Thrash, I mentioned this to you directly, but you are more than welcome to join me in voice, since you will be playing this tomorrow. And Rave, 2 years. What? Holy smokes. Have I been streaming for 2 years? She wants to know who to thank. Uh-oh. I won't give up, Vader Kit. I mean... Oh! Well, come... You just have to tell me that. You're like, oh, I can't speak. I'm gone. Bye. Bye. Oh, dang, I moved this to my big window and it got a lot bigger. Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Yeah, okay, I'll try to watch out and I'll give you permission to speak. There. You should have permission to speak. Do you? Do you? Yes, let's just turn on. Okay, go ahead and speak. Let me make sure this is set up right. I don't actually think it. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, we should have you now.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
This is Thrashbutin from Horn Mountain. Is my permission granted?
Oh goodness.
Great to be here.
You're actually playing the Dragon Blade, right?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go with Goknok.
Goknok. Yeah.
Brave, thank you for allowing it.
Thanks, Vader Kid. I'm glad to know you can't mod the voices. I don't know if he's trying to get me to give him like more admin permissions in Discord or not.
Don't worry, I won't say duck. Oh no.
All right. So let me see if I remember any of this right. Any of this nonsense right. And I'm in the wrong book for the curse. I don't think it's in this book. No, it's not in this book. Okay, so there's this curse. Basically, these giant dragons are watching over the world, and if anybody has a war, they are going to just go around jacking everyone up.
You gotta love that.
How did we... Oh, I read that wrong. So the Dragon Blade is interesting. So there's a couple things I like about this. First, the Dragon Blade's main source of power is the stat that is used in fighting is intelligence, not strength. So you got to play somebody smart. And I get no response.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult for me. I'll stretch it if I can, but usually, thankfully, Artificer works the same way where you're building intelligence off of a lot of your attacks too. So I think that's a very cool style and approach, and I'm very interested in that as a character.
Yeah. Well, in 5th edition tanked the fighter because like there's only one skill that uses strength as its base, and that's athletics. Everything else uses something else, and that's they kind of wrote themselves into a corner and just made the fighter not really able to do much of anything except hit things by just the way they set up the skills. But
very true.
The Dragon Blades are going to be able to be smart.
I appreciate that aspect of it too. It's a very cool approach to a character that would normally just be very, you swing your sword, do this, and you'll play to your stats. But if you have that balance and the way that some of the skills work too, I think it's a very cool, almost like sideways approach to playing a traditional character.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's cool.
For sure.
And you're actually getting your power. You're getting your power by studying dragons,
which I love
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. The lore, the history appreciation, like everything just kind of tying into what drives them as an entire, covenant of very driven people. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Goknok is a is red, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So they kind of take on the style and abilities of the specific dragon they are studying.
Which is even cooler.
Yeah,
somehow.
which is one of the avatar dragons, and the red one is Azamor. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna roll all my R's. Azamor.
Yeah, Azamor. I was gonna say I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there's also a very special skill that lets me like look at a crime scene where I can like ask about the amount of blood that was spilled and like how many days ago it was spilled, and that is just such a cool extra addition to just diagnosing any kind of a battlefield or otherwise with the history appreciation. I love that kind of specificity.
Wait. Where's
I gotta look at my PDF again. This is what you sent me in the original PDF, the 4-page character. It should be one of the side.
Oh, it's on the character sheet?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pulling up my phone because that's where I've been looking at it, so I can reference what I'm talking about. Like I said, I didn't mean to get ahead of myself with no reference point without it, but yeah, it's such a cool character.
Yeah.
Let me check it again. All right, here we go.
Oh, I see it.
Yes.
You may meditate for 1 minute to attune to your dragon spirit and become sensitive to the blood that intelligent creatures have spilled in a number of past days equal to your dragon blade level. This ability allows you to learn how many creatures spilled blood, roughly how much blood each. Holy smoke!
Yeah, right. This is what caught my attention. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
This is rad.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I want to be asking like random bystanders, like, yeah, what happened here? And they're like, someone just got attacked. And I'm like, okay, but roughly how much blood was spilled, please? And how many days ago? I'll find out.
Well, and to which, since the bloodshed occurred. What is okay? Gain this information for an area of 60 feet away from your dragons. Okay, so I don't necessarily know that this question is going to come up,
right?
But the answer I really want to give instinctually is like how much blood was spilled. I want to say, well, all of it.
A very significant amount to the point of death.
Right.
But yeah, I love that the last line of it, if you see this on the Draconic Intuition, is just, this allows you to infer which creatures died. I'm like, I think that on a cursory glance, you could probably determine that.
Well, I mean, no, but it's like this would be really cool. Like if you're like, if you're like Aragorn and you're chasing the hobbits to Isengard, then, you're like, okay, who died here? Yeah, it wasn't hobbits. It was orcs. Oh, good. Yeah. They're still alive. Excellent.
Exactly. It has its advantages. And I honestly, that's why I brought it up this early, is because that of all the character sheet kind of lore and everything, I was like, this is very fascinating to just include as a skill.
Yeah. Like, okay. So this is like what I was talking about. Like, I'm really excited to get this whole thing. This is a 3 hardcover book set.
Right.
This is not an adventure. This is a campaign setting, and I'm not running the campaign anytime soon. Oh, Vader Kid or well, okay. Wilk says Blood Whisperer or a Blood Bender.
Either of these are fantastic. Blood Whisperer, Blood Bender.
If you start
take
doing
it.
a dance and the blood comes off the ground and just hovers there, that's gonna be just freaking rad.
Well, yes, please. That's yeah, it's in there.
But this is also what's making it really difficult to, and this is why I'm doing this. Honestly, it's like this is proving really difficult to DM because everything is different. Like our fighter is a freaking bloodbender. Like I'm not used to that. I have no frame of reference for this.
Yes, right? Exactly. Like I tied onto this one paragraph and I was like, how do I use this? And I need to use this as soon as I possibly can.
Yeah. No, and it's going to be helpful to you. I can tell you, even in our one shot, that will be helpful to you. It's going to be cool.
Right. Because you gave me a 2-word premise, a murder mystery is all I heard. And I was like, well, if I can track the amount of blood
I did give that away, didn't I? Yeah.
I was like, creatures died. I'm like, this seems at least somewhat. This is my one magic button.
Now, do you like, is this once per day?
It says, again, you may meditate for 1 minute to attune your dragon spirit and become sensitive to the blood that intelligent creatures spilled.
Oh,
so
dang! You could just keep burning that, baby.
Yeah, as long as no one can attack me, I'm assuming. Like if I'm not, vulnerable, if I have that minute to meditate, I guess.
And like if you don't have a minute to meditate during a murder mystery, that's not a murder mystery anymore. It's a fight.
You're exactly right. Like this is a fresh murder mystery that is actually still active in the room.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So in battle, okay. So there's all these affiliations in this game, man. We're not getting into them.
Sure.
But death, it's like I don't even know anything about death because it wasn't a big part of the thing. It's like it's mentioned a lot, but like in the sample I got, it doesn't explain what it is.
It will be when I play, my friend.
But the Draconic Evolutionist Assembly of Tanarian Helpers. It's the worst acronym ever.
Oh God, you're so right. They could have chosen anything for death.
Oh yeah, no,
man.
they were just like, and they had a meeting. It's like, what do we call ourselves? Yeah, Wayne in the back. Why don't we call ourselves Death? Well, I think it's a fantastic idea, Wayne. But maybe it should stand for something. Like, yeah, we could have like a dot after each letter. Okay, that's great. Yeah. So what does it stand for? Like 3 meetings later, somebody's like, look, just the Draconic Evolutionist Assembly of Tanarian Helpers.
There's like 10 minutes of silence after that, and everyone's like, well, at least Death is easy to remember.
No one expects the Draconic Evolutionist Assembly of Tanarian Helpers.
Perfect.
All right. So we're gonna be level 3. I don't need to deal with a lot of the special powers, but let's kind of get into class features. All right. Claws and scales. Through your knowledge, draconic energy flows through your armor and weapons. Using them is natural to you as using claws and scales is for dragon. You can use your intelligence modifier. So this is the cool thing, is that you are actually channeling the reason you can use intelligence is you are channeling like draconic power through your weapons. And it's yeah, I mean it's very much like magic, but we're
right.
But you can use heavy armor.
Yeah, it's like I get my own subclass automatically by default, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. Dragon Spirit. Okay. At first level, choose a dragon to focus your study on. We're doing the red. It allows you to connect with the draconic energy that pervade the world. You can manifest your dragon spirit within 30 feet of you in your line of sight to a space not obstructed or occupied by any creatures who see it as a translucent spirit. Every time the spirit manifests, choose whether it takes the shape of a medium draconic humanoid or a huge freaking dragon.
So cool.
With the characteristics of your chosen dragon.
which we chose red for Gok Knock.
Yeah. Gok knock.
Gok Knock.
The only difference between shapes is the shapes is the area they occupy. So yeah, this is a level 1 ability here.
That's wild.
Yeah. Okay. So as a free action, you can choose to do one of the following: manifest it, dissipate it, change its size, move it up to 30 feet. It does not need to. Okay. So you cannot move spirit through obstructed. Blah 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 blah. Creatures can move through the spaces the spirit occupied, and they are not considered difficult terrain. If you and your allies, but not your enemies, move in a single direction through these spaces, it does not count toward the movement distance.
Ooh,
which
that's handy.
Okay, so you read that the same way I did, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
this
is like
walking?
it's a transporter.
It is. I was about to say you could teleport through my dragon spirit. That's fantastic.
And you can move. I mean, a huge dragon spirit is a huge dragon spirit.
Yes.
That's going to add 10, 15 feet to your movement.
I was about to say, if I could use the first wave to increase the size, and that would just improve the movement distance in that second action, which is fantastic.
Yeah. After that, if the spirit is not free in a free space, it dissipates. Okay. And they are also not considered difficult terrain.
So I guess it's just, there's no like half in it, halving the distance you can cover within that, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you absorb dragon souls? Yeah.
I will tomorrow, Vader. Yeah. I promise.
Yeah,
I'll try.
But I'm reading this like you can put your dragon spirit over, like if you see some wizard doing what's the spell called where you make the ground all thorny and stuff, you could actually move your dragon over it and then walk through your dragon and just skip it.
Oh God, you're right. So if someone else has made the terrain difficult, it would negate that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Now it doesn't say it negates damage.
Yeah.
And so, the thorny thing, you would still incur the damage. Is the way I'm reading it.
That makes sense for the benefit you get already.
Right, and then second level, your dragon spirit gets a new feature, and we're not going to worry about 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, 14th, or 6th or 18th level powers because we're dealing with level 3. You can perform 1 Draconic power per round with no daily limits. Some of these require the presence of your dragon spirit.
Of course.
And so this is you are trading your stabby for this power.
I love it.
And then and you have a spell save for that. Okay, let's go over to the powers and all this cool jazz. At second level, you learn the Draconic language and gain proficiency with the investigation skill. Okay, that we already read that part. All right, ultimate powers.
Tell me how much blood. Tell me all about all the blood.
Yes, we've already dealt with blood.
I just want to know.
Right. When you reach 3rd level, you learn the deep secrets about Draconic power and gain access to their ultimate effects. So this is the ultimate thing that you were asking about, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So there are 3 different... Well, I think there's actually 4 different types of dragon powers, but 3 main ones. So you have wing abilities, scale abilities, and claw abilities. Wings deals with movement, scales is defense, and claws is offense. Okay, so whenever you use this Draconic Power mark its symbol. Once two different symbols are marked, the next power performed will be its ultimate version if such a power is from the third unmarked symbol. So, like, okay, so you do one round with the wings, you do one round with the scales, and then as long as you use claws the next time, this is going to be ultimate level. And so, like when I mentioned to y'all that this game is heavily strategic, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, the battles in this game really do want you thinking 3 moves ahead.
Right.
Which is going to be interesting.
For sure.
If you repeat a symbol, erase all the previous markings and just use that one. But you're basically starting over.
Right.
So okay. Did you play Chrono Cross?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you get the real ending?
I don't. I'll have to look it up because I only played it once and I got the ending I did, but okay. I don't think I probably did at that point.
Oh, okay. So to get the real ending, and I don't know how you know this without the book, but I had the book. Is like like you stack elements onto the field, right?
Sure.
And you had to wait till the boss cast a certain type of element and then stack the other 6 elements in a certain order. And if you complete that, then you'll get the real ending. But that's kind of like that. It's just like you're stacking elements onto the field here, and if you're trying to get like a certain outcome, you need to plan ahead. You need to cast like something first that's going to help you 2 moves down the road, which is intense.
It is. I really appreciate that kind of risk reward system, and Chrono Cross was great for that anyway, with the kind of 3-2-1, heavy attack versus light attack whenever you wanted to tactically use that, even on the basic system. But so I think that is a really cool addition to approaching a battle and being like, I have to make this work on the second turn so that the ultimate can land is really interesting.
Right. Yeah. And so if you do an attack, you'll roll with advantage. You gain 3 temporary hit points per Draconic Power level. This is a rad mechanic. I really like it.
Me too. I didn't realize that's how you trigger an ultimate, and I think that is perfect.
Yeah. Man. And so there's like all the levels have different types. And then your dragon type also gives you several more, and the red dragon gives you a bunch more wing stuff. So the red dragons are very much into movement in this game,
right?
So like let me go back up here. All right, so Draconic Powers known. Okay, so we're just going to be dealing with the first power level in our game.
Mm-hmm.
And so are these right here? Okay, so like Ancestral Blessing. Make a weapon attack on hit. The weapon deals its normal damage, and a beautiful light touches your body. You gain 1d6 temporary hit points for 1 minute.
I love that.
Man, and this is designed to be used every single round.
Exactly.
Because there's no limit, and you're just burning these all the time, and there's no cost to them, and so like you're constantly, like, you can be healing yourself. Dancing Rush. What's the next one? Dashing Rush, sorry. Move up to half your speed base, ignoring difficult terrain, and make a weapon attack. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line before attacking, your attack deals 1d6 extra damage. So, man, when you have a ton of these, like, later in the game,
right,
you're like literally just gonna be flying around the battlefield.
It sounds perfect.
Wrecking havoc. This is, all right, so this, I'm getting this, and I think some of these it says requires your dragon onto the field. Burning
Right.
Strike. Make a weapon attack on hit. It deals its damage plus an extra 1d6 fire damage. And that's not. It says it's a wing, but that's just to keep the red on it. I understand, but yeah. There's a lot here, so I'm not reading.
There really is
any that like require your dragon manifestation out.
I was going to say, so like in the order of operations, like we were talking about, if I were to use Dashing Rush first as a wing ability to rush in and start that initial damage, then use that Ancestral Blessing as the defense second action to possibly, get that temporary hit points, and then I guess end it with a Claw for the third action for Force Wave or something like that to get that would activate the ultimate on Force Wave. Is that right?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so that's going to. Does the character sheet list anything else bonus about the ultimate besides it's just rolling it?
Let me check. I've still got it pulled up.
Yeah, and it's not giving the book is not. This is the sample book. It is only meant for level 1 stuff and only for red. Dragon Blade, and so it's only giving us this one page of things. Oh, the ultimate's right here. I'm dumb. I'm done. Okay, so like all right, so like Elemental Fray, if you do that for your ultimate, you're rolling advantage and increase damage to 2d6 extra damage plus your normal damage, plus you get that bounce back temporary hit points. Yeah, I mean, bring a pencil, man. You're going to be keeping track of temporary hit points like crazy.
Oh, I have to. I'm very glad I tuned in for this. I'm getting my head wrapped around it now, and more than I had it earlier, so this is very helpful.
Like this Draconic Shield. This is like on a hit, deal you normal damage and create an invisible shield for you or an ally within 30 feet. Until the end of your next turn. So this is like, and I know it's not, the shield is not as long lasting as like a wizard casting shield, but this is, you're attacking and casting shield at the same time.
That is incredible. Yeah, and like
as long as you hit, but it does say you have to hit. So that's the gamble, right?
Right, exactly, and it gives you the option too. It's like, or you get the +2 AC bonus against the next attack. So I love the options even within that subsystem. That's pretty genius.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean in this this adds so much element to it because it's like your party member's hurting. And it might go down next round and like the fighter can do something about that here.
Exactly, and I could even use Dashing Rush first to make sure I'm within that 30 feet to even get the first start and keep my chain going at that point, because that Dashing Rush is a wing attack, and Draconic Shield would be a shielded defensive attack at that point, so I could, after even protecting my ally, follow up the Claw Ultimate after that, which is beautiful.
Yeah, this is cool. This is
cool.
It
is. It really is.
Man. All right. Hopefully Jen's listening, because we're gonna go to Mad Walker. Unless you had questions on Dragon Blade, but I think we got a handle on them.
Techno, I appreciate that extensive rundown of Goknok, and go for it.
Yeah, no, this is helping me because like I said, when I looked at I read all this stuff in detail a month ago, but I said this in my review that like there's like in the sample. Like this this particular the guide. Who is this that is following?
There's 3 hosses that we just got. This is a true bonanza.
the sample, and by the way, like if you go to the Kickstarter, you can download this, or if you go to their website, you can download this.
Right.
This is the free sample, and there are 3 PDFs, and this one is 41 pages. The adventure is like 40 pages. The sample adventure is like 40 pages, and then they have like just kind of like a quick intro, which is much less.
Yeah, I can already tell it's a labor of love, and I truly appreciate that kind of thing. But yeah, if that's the free just sample content you get, that's amazing. That's amazing.
It paid off for them. I don't know if you looked at the Kickstarter.
I didn't see the actual figure. I saw that they hit the limit, obviously, or exceeded it, obviously. But yeah, that's great.
By a little bit. Like their goal was 50,000. Last I looked, they were at 1.4 million.
Yes, way to go.
Yeah, like
well deserved for what I could tell.
It's wild. It's and like I said, this thing's huge. I can't wait to get the whole thing. Because like I mean, and when we get to Imbolo, we'll look at his thing. But when I read his stuff, I called my dungeon master for Avernus and said, "Hey, I'm working on he had asked me weeks ago to do a backup character, and I'm like,
right.
This is the concept for my backup character. I want to do this."
I love that,
and it's great. It's great. All right, so the Mad Walker. All right, the Penumbral Plane is like this whole thing. All right, it's this well, I mean, it's another plane, and the people on this world play with it some, and it's y'all will experience a little bit of the Penumbral Plane tomorrow, and it's pretty rad. It's a cool concept. It's not overly different from anybody else, but the Mad Walker is actually drawing power from the Penumbral Plane, and is not overly, I mean, that's not what people are supposed to do. So the Penumbral Plane, where one cannot accurately predict how space, time, or even gravity will work. It is a realm of dreams and nightmares, the source of prophecies and omens, a place where strong emotions and thought, invisible on the physical plane, materialize. So
yeah, that's about as rad as it gets.
Yeah, the Mad Walker. All right. The Mad Walker, like I mentioned, is drawing on this power to fuel her own power in this case, but that it does come with a price. And this is there's a reason they call them Mad Walkers. And so there are we're going to deal with 1 mutation level, thankfully, with 3 mutations known. And let me see here. Because of the delicate nature of penumbral energy, which can have a permanent impact on the individual, it is common for Mad Walkers to seek out a master to teach them how to study and how to control their powers, and to avoid persecution by the Empire. Most of the time, blah, blah, blah. They are often loners and nomads, eternal wanderers. They know settling down could be a death sentence. Everett Mutations. You can produce unimaginable temporary modifications to your body. So this is kind of wild shape-ish, but not really. You do have a spell save attached to it, so you know 2 first level mutations. When you gain a Mad Walker level, you may choose one mutation that you already know and replace with another. Okay, we're not gonna level up, so that's not gonna apply to us. We're gonna get to the mutations, but insanity points. Mad walkers delve deeper and deeper into the realms of madness as they use their power. After activating a mutation, at the end of your turn, you acquire the number of insanity points stated in its description. Once you amass a specified number of insanity points, you will receive a penalty to your AC in all attacks and saving throws, as shown on the insanity steps table. When you reach maximum insanity, you transform into the penumbral shape. After the transformation ends, you remain at maximum insanity and stop gaining points. And you lose all insanity points after finishing a long rest. So it's like magic points, except with insanity.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so yeah, these accumulate really fast. So like once you hit 3 insanity points, you're already losing a point to your AC and stuff. Yeah, in on 3rd level, which is where we're going to be. These go up as you get higher, so that you can take on more. But like you're gonna hit penumbral shape at 12. So yeah, this is something to watch out for. When you reach maximum number of insanity points, blah blah blah, you your shape becomes that of a penumbral creature for as many minutes as your Mad Walker level. You automatically revert to your normal form if you fall unconscious, drop to 0 hit points, or die. Yeah. Your available penumbral shape at level 1, it's gluttony. Level 3, it's envy. And then there are different things that we're going to get to. So, when you are transformed, the following rules apply. All attack, damaging spells, and effect from your shape deal an extra damage. Your game statistics are replaced by the creature, but you retain your alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. And so like this is overdrive, right? This is this is kind of like your last resort type of a thing. Because you're getting weaker and weaker and weaker as you burn up insanity, or collect insanity, I should say, until you just turn into a creature, and then you're in beast mode, literally. Does that make sense? Are you still with me? Did you wander off?
Are you talking to me directly?
Yes.
Jen is still driving. Oh yeah, sorry. No, I am fully within this. This feels like a control deck from Magic the Gathering. I didn't mean to be unprofessional for a moment. This is a very cool gimmick. The insanity points, going beast mode, literally. I'm with you, Techno. I didn't mean to drop off there. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I mean, I understand it. Like you hit this, you turn into this creature for like 3 minutes, and I think you're done for the day.
Right.
I think so. This is boss fight stuff.
Yeah, it's last resort almost, in a weird way, where you have to very, very, very much have to be tactical with it.
Yeah. And so yeah, you can add elements to okay. Second level, you are able to manifest one of the powerful creatures from the penumbral plane. Choose one nightmare augury trail and an aberrant arachnid trail. Trail grants you exclusive mutations, shapes. Oh man, this is so like, yeah, like the Hulk.
It sounds
yeah.
cool.
And then third level, Your mind deepens its ties into the realm of nightmares, granting you unique perspective on reality. You have advantage on all wisdom checks made in the plane and on wisdom saving throws against the environmental effects of the penumbral plane. You have disadvantage on all charisma checks except intimidation.
Oh, wow.
No, this is perfect for Jen.
Yeah.
Because she is not good at any charisma things except intimidation.
It suits her perfectly for sure.
You can track portals leading to the penumbral plane or from the plane to other planes. You always know the distance, direction, and size of any such portal in a 1 mile radius. You're like, yep, portal over there.
Don't worry, I can tell you exactly how much blood is next to that portal.
All right. At third level, you're able to warp reality and physically manifest your nightmares. When you use an aberrant mutation until the start of your next turn, gain 1d4 bonus to all melee rolls. And whenever you deal damage, you may re-roll any number of damage dice. You must use the second result. Okay, 11th level, we don't care. And you apply that to all of them. All right, so Trails of Madness. The Arachnid. Okay, so available ones at level 2 are Noxious Attack and Shadow Web. You acquire the great agility and predatory instincts of a spider. At second level, while wearing light armor or no armor and not wielding a shield, you gain 1+1 for AC. All right. Optional rule, madness effects. Oh, this is so much fun.
Yeah, this is amazing.
And then mutations. Okay. So you can do these things and they'll cost you an insanity point. So like a bioluminescent secretion, which emits a glowing light within 5 feet and leaves a trail in every space you go through. Holy
Sounds on the up and up. Sounds perfectly normal to me. That sounds very handy, actually.
I'm so curious as to what Jen is
right.
at this
I was about to say she's driving right now, but she has to be like, she has to know that Goknok is going to request a bioluminescent secretion, and that can't be anything but an awkward moment.
Dark energy. When making an attack before rolling, you can imbue your weapons with a penumbral energy as a free action until the start of your next turn. Your next successful attack deals 1d6 necrotic damage. Elastic limbs. Deform your limbs so they become longer. Your melee attack reach increases by 5 feet and your base walking speed by 10. Penumbral echoes.
This is properly creepy.
You can distort your vocal cords for 1 minute, allowing you to emit sounds that are impossible to reproduce normally. You simulate any sound you've heard, whether from a creature, object. Oh, dang. This is going to be so hard to DM. Like this, I mean,
there's so much, but it's so cool.
I mentioned this to y'all in a text, and I actually typed out, this is advanced D&D before realizing I just typed out AD&D, you know?
Yeah, that was great.
But this is like they were like pitching this as really amping up your game, and I think it really does. Check out this drawing. Oh,
that is so cool. That is perfect.
Okay. Penumbral Gaze. Channel energy through your eyes, withering them and doubling their size. For an hour, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. Additionally, you gain dark vision with a range of 60 feet. Space distortion. You can, with the bonus side, manipulate the energy to create a small portal that allows your hands to reach distant places. Till the end of the turn, you may interact with objects or creature up to 30 feet away and transport small objects.
Wow. So we could team up and do a dragon spirit heist where I summon and increase the size of my dragon spirit, and then they just pick it out of the space distortion and just like pluck it, whatever we need.
With this active, you can make melee attacks against targets 30 feet away.
Wow.
And the attacks ignore cover. And you can attach your wisdom modifier to the attack. Horrid tentacle. You grow a tentacle on your back. Has a reach of 10 feet and lasts for 1 minute. You can pull, drag, lift an object with it. You can interact with objects with it. You can use it as an extra limb, guaranteeing you advantage on acrobatics or athletics. You can use it as a melee weapon. And the tentacle cannot wield a shield, though. Disappointed. Okay, so the Arachnid Trail, Noxious Attack is bonus action. Glands grow in your hands, producing a poison that coats your weapons for 1 minute. Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, every time you hit with a melee attack, your target takes an additional 2 poison damage and receives a poison marker up to a maximum of 4 markers. Creatures with at least 1 poison marker must make a Constitution saving throw at the start of each of their turns. On failure, they take 2 poison damage for each poison marker they have. Oh, so you can you can actually layer those on and have them. If they miss, like, I mean, if you're able to layer them on, they can start just taking 8 damage.
Yeah, the damage over time stacking there is wild.
Right. As long as they don't make their con save, which if she's fighting Kreth, then he ain't gonna make a con save. A shadow web. So this is Spider-Man. You can create spider webs from your fingertips. I was saying, Mad Walker does whatever.
Penumbral Realm, here we come.
Look out! Here's her tentacle. Okay,
here we go. We're done. We had to finish it.
Shoot a web. Pull it toward you. Okay, so you're Spider-Man on this. So
love it.
That's where that is. Okay, now we're getting into shapes. The scout. The spider climbs, web spinning. And okay, so here we have some of the, like, okay, all right, hold on. This, heck yeah.
Heck yeah is right. Heck yeah is exactly right.
Like, all these are, like, I mean,
yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yes.
That is that's gluttony. That's the
oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. And that's envy. All right, so that where was all that? Oh yeah, here's another picture of that creature. It's rad. It's so cool.
That's one thing that really caught me off guard. Just at the cursory glance at the character sheet, I just was, the design of the presentation is truly amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So, yeah, all right. So if I understand this right, you have your basic shapes, but then you have some alternative shapes like the arachnid trail shapes. And so when you change, you're going to have the option on level 3 between basic shapes, gluttony and envy, or going arachnid for a serf or a scout. So that scout, I don't know if maybe that was that picture. And this is the serf. Or you can do envy or gluttony. Envy aura. But resentment blast.
Yes.
1d4 plus 3 psychic damage. Gluttony, ravenous bite. Oh, I need to change the following thing.
We got another hoss.
Yeah. Starting to be concerning.
7 brides for 7 brothers. Oh man, I love the design of all of this. This is so cool.
Yeah. Let me actually hold on, people. I'm starting to lose a couple of frames, but I know what's doing it, so let me fix that real quick. No, shoot. I just undid what I did. I'm dumb. Stop it.
For the record, Techno is not dumb. I'm just gonna add that editorial note.
Okay, so this is a subclass for wizard. The Lost Magic Researcher, and this is just a kind of just a different focus for wizards. Instead of focusing on a particular school of magic, they study lost magic and ancient forms of spell casting. And so at level 2, this was the cool part. At level 2, you can try to boost the effect of one of your spells. When you use a spell at level 1 or higher, you can make an intelligence check with the DC 17 plus the spell level. This cannot benefit from the health. If you fail, the spell is cast normally. But if you succeed, things grow. And so, like, with a success, you actually get the power of it like one step high, one spell level higher. Oh, there's no spoilers. Jeff, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Jeff, you're going to be playing the wizard, so this is actually good timing. Good timing. So
perfect timing.
Yeah. So the magical imbuement is you're going to roll. Basically through your study of ancient civilizations, you're going to roll the DC of 17 plus the spell level. That if you succeed, you're going to, like you're casting at level 1, but it's going to end up being a level 2 spell. If there's an area effect, it's 25% larger. If it has a duration, it's 50% longer. And the DC of the saving throw is increased by 1. If you roll a nat 20, then you're casting the spell 2 levels higher. The area is 50% larger, and the spell saving throw increases by 2. If you fail, the spell is just cast like normal. If you roll a nat 1, it's still cast as normal, but you get a little bit of backfire on you. That you'll take 1d6 force damage for each spell the spell level that it used.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, everything about this game is just boosting. It's just
Yeah, the fact that they're actually giving literal numbers to, like, when you roll a nat 20, this is what happens. You not only double the range, but like, yeah, you're casting it at 2 levels higher. I love them actually adding that in a literal table. Like, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and Jeff, yeah, you can do it all the time, and this is what we're finding in all of these is that just like all the abilities all the way around are just amped up. You know, they're just there's more stuff that you can do. It's bigger, it's crazier, it's darker at times, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, that all right. That's what that's going to be. And then there are additional abilities for the subclass, but we're only going to level 3, so this is the thing that we're dealing with. If you and you double your proficiency in Arcana, which is really cool. I like. All right, and this is the courage domain for the cleric, which is our Imbolo character. First level, you gain proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor. You at first level, you have a number of courage points equal to your wisdom modifier, plus half your cleric level, rounded up. You recover all your courage points. All right, so when a creature fails a saving throw, you can spend a courage point as a reaction to instill in it the will to fight on. The creature can make a new saving throw. You can spend a courage point to summon your inner strength and smite your foe until the start of your next turn. Your first melee attack deals 1d10 damage, same type as your weapon. And you can spend a courage point to shower powerful war cry that strengthens your party resolve. You and all allies within 30 feet gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d6 of your cleric level. So that's okay. So that's I think Imbolo's going to have 5 courage points. It's just going to be able to do this stuff, which is cool. So that's an action is the courage point. But man, I like use a reaction to use a courage point to let them do a new saving throw. It's really, really rad.
It really is. Like, the customizing you can do as a player there is fantastic.
Yeah. All right, starting at second level, you can use your channel Divinity to bolster the courage of a creature you touch. As an action, you will give the touched creature the following benefits: +1 to AC, +1 to attack rolls, +1 to saving throws, and +1 to damage rolls. And the creature can re-roll one die during the however long over the next minute. That's great. That's a really cool channel Divinity. I like that.
Yeah, Imbolo seems really interesting as a just entire class structure.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, here we are. All right. So that's going to be kind of the new clerical thing for our Imbolo character. But yeah, Imbolo is a Taimaku, which is the new species. Here, this is the thing that I absolutely loved about this. That the idea with the Taimaku is that they value balance, and instead of pursuing one area of life and really excelling at it, they encourage well-roundedness. And so the goal when rolling a Taimaku is to get all of your uh your scores to be really in a really tight number area. You really want them all within 2 numbers of each other. And if you do that, then your lowest score will gain an extra 2 modifier. And is this where the character sheet is? I don't think. Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, if we go to Imbolo, we can see this. And we can also see just how rad these character sheets are.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And that's such a cool, way to add it into the rolls to the actual balance canon.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, it's +1 on to your low number. So Imbolo, all of his ability scores are 12 or 14. And so this equilibrium trait brings those 12s from a +1 to a +2. So everything, all of them, end up with a +2 on abilities, which so he ends up like not excelling at anything, but being good at everything, at literally everything. Like everything on this list is a +3 or 4 or 3 or 5, which I love this.
I do too. I really do.
And so so this is the concept. Like I didn't use a Taimaku in Avernus because there aren't any. This is for here. But I called my Avernus DM and I was like, this is what I want to do. I want somebody who the kind of the jack of all trades, master of none type of a character with just a completely flat ability score sheet.
Yes. So rare in even 5th edition. There's never been that kind of character approach. I love that. I really do.
Yeah, as soon as I read this, I was like, man, if I were playing this game, this would be the character I was playing.
Right.
Now we're not gonna play on this, but this part I love too, and I don't know everything that's like happening with here, but the team has a character sheet in this game, and there are bonuses and stuff for the team.
No way.
Yeah, this whole game is very, very team focused, and teams are super important in this world because of the Corian curse.
My memory is saying Malrokian.
Malrokian, yeah.
Malrokian, maybe.
This curse is so there are these great dragons that are probably asleep somewhere. I don't know. Some of them are actually dead, but they're somewhere out there. But the curse is that if anyone goes into battle or war, that these dragons will awake and just it'd kill everyone. I can't remember all the details. I think the gods just had enough of it. But so what has risen up in their place is that all of these organizations and groups and kingdoms will get these teams to represent them, because a 4-on-4 battle is fine. 5-on-5 or more, no, it's not. And so you start deciding things instead of an all-out war. You start deciding things in arenas, and you have like trial by combat, but also negotiation by combat, and what would normally be a war will be settled in an arena, and so these teams become super important. And there are no, like, we'll get into this tomorrow, but there are no like random adventurers going to an inn. Like teams are very official, very vetted groups of people that have badges, that you don't get up and say, well, I'm going to go kill some goblins. No, you can start training to be part of a team, but they are hugely important in this world.
I love that angle. That's very cool.
Yeah. So there's just a ton of stuff on the Taimaku. The literal, pragmatic, and logical. Seek overall perfection through physical, mental, and spiritual balance, trying to transcend their shortcomings with a constant journey of learning in all areas. They are usually righteous and lawful, believing that each individual is crucial to making the great wheels of life turn. Toward this goal of holistic development, the Taimaku pioneered the custom of holding social competitions in all sorts of activities, from oratory to combat, from sports to spelling bees. These confrontations shape society, for the results often determined the next task that the participants would perform. Winners must teach the losers or move on to another field where they're weaker.
Yes.
Which is freaking great. It's like,
it's so good.
I beat all you in spelling, so sit down. I'm going to teach you. I before E.
Yeah. Except after you all fail.
Right, yes.
Oh, that's so good. I really do love that kind of thing. And the fact that they even mentioned that the guardians of the next level can be sent to that next level to get their butts kicked is even better, to kind of humble them and keep the balance in order. It's such a cool gimmick.
Yeah.
Not even gimmick. It's very good lore.
To learn, to practice, to perfect, then to move on. This is the way.
Yes, this is the way.
I love it.
Never settle, stay balanced, but also moving forward. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So this, and as I mentioned, this is the sample. This is the sample section of the book.
Right.
And they have like 10 pages on the Taimaku. It's insane.
Wow.
And first of all, that's rad. This picture's rad.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Oh, Jen missed all the info. Oh, and we were actually asking how you're reacting to some of these crazy abilities that the Madwalkers have.
I know. Oh, I have faith that Jen will still grasp the penumbral realm. But yes. Vital info.
And so then you have like a subsection of the Taimaku, the Sand Taimaku, and these yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they make cool clockwork stuff.
They do indeed.
Automatic reloader.
We're hitting Dune levels now.
Oh, I know.
Great.
I know.
Yeah, that gave me Dune chills. Just
foldable glider.
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
so some new clerical spells. A cursing touch, make a melee. Okay, so 1d6 necrotic. And it takes a 1d4 penalty on its next d20 roll. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it is.
Arena's Fervor. You and every willing ally within range has advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and all saving throws against effect that cause frightened condition. So this is you're just beefing people up for arena fight now.
The item art is so good too. Everything is, but that's awesome.
Prayer of the Desperate. You say a prayer. Choose up to 3 creatures in range that need healed. Oh, so this is a group heal.
Love that.
If a healed creature has 0 hit points, it also receives +2 on its AC until the start of its turn. So it gives them time to get away.
Right.
Gosh, that's a cool spell.
That's clutch.
Yeah. Veil of Bravery. While under the effects of the spell, you and these... I'm sorry. 3 allied creatures in range. You and these 3 creatures gain +1 to all saving throw. Plus, when you take damage, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage by 1d6 for itself, and all creatures within 20 feet of it that are under the effect. Nice.
Yeah.
If Jeff's still here, we got some new wizard spells. Force Armor. Changing your base AC to 12 plus your Dex modifier plus your Intelligence modifier. Which, let's scroll down. Let's see what your Dex and all your modifiers are. So Dex +3 +3 Intelligence.
Yes.
So increase to 18 is where we are here. Where
Jen said, with all the boosts I'm hearing about, I'm worried about the monsters. Techno already called this advanced D&D, and that's beyond my level. So look forward to carrying me.
Oh yeah, no. This is the fight. The fight is going to be epic. It's all right.
I'm excited no matter what happens.
All right, so I am the last to the party on My Hero Academia. Thrash, have you been watching this? Have you watched this?
Guess what? I have watched only the first 2 seasons, but I'm caught up on the actual manga because I am obsessed with it. So I read the comics weekly, thanks to a subscription I have to Shonen Jump, and I'm obsessed with it. So yes, I'm on that train.
Okay, so I just I'm way behind. I'm in season 2 where they're having like the tournament.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes.
In like the big fights in the tournament where like I don't know how anybody in the stadium survives type of fights.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, when they're like raining concrete from the air onto everyone and crap like that. That's what these fights are going to be like. This is going to be such like My Hero Academia type fights. I
was going to say, as soon as you made the parallel, these feel like quirks for sure.
Yeah,
and I am totally down with that.
Absolutely.
I'm totally down with that. And Rave says we're all going to die horribly. I am here.
Oh. Thrash,
So
I got
the
the first manga book, and I
oh good,
and I'm really
fantastic.
enjoying. It's really good.
It is the closest I've felt to reading 90s X-Men when I was a kid.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in my adult life, it just feels like that classic take on these groups of people who are maybe outcast to certain even family members or otherwise, and they just have so much heart. So I didn't mean to run on a rant there, but yeah, I love it so much.
Yeah, that's good. Silver Crown. A crown of silver gleaming energy appears above the target creature's head. The target has +1 AC and +1 to its proficiency bonus for the duration of the spell. That's kind of cool. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
no,
Maps,
exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maps.
Static Bolt. You shoot a bolt of static energy at a creature within range, and their hair just kind of sticks up on end. I'm sorry, no. It takes 1d6 lightning damage.
We're talking about Dragon Ball again. Sorry. Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right. How long does it last? Wait a minute. On hit, it takes 1d6 lightning damage and another 1d6 lightning damage for each 5 feet it moves, willingly or not, until the end of its next turn. The damage can cause no more than 5d. That is a level 1 spell.
Yeah, I was going to say the level 3 spells are cool enough. The level 1 spells are still completely legitimate.
Yeah, and I think there was an ability above that you can actually move like it's like a force. I can't remember where it might have been the one on the Dragon Blade, but I think there's one
force,
where
force wave or force push or something.
And that pushes them, right?
What you're talking about. Yes, exactly. It does damage by itself. It does damage to base attack, and then the end of the attack resolves it with them just getting like 10 feet away from you, which is beautiful.
So yeah, like if you can again, the tactical stuff in this game is off the charts. This is the kind of stuff is combo attacks. This is a combo
Mhm.
attack. This is the opportunity for that.
Oh man, when
Like
D&D meets
you can get
chess, I love it.
3d6 off a level 1 spell.
Right, if you chain it correctly, and you can even like reacting to what's happening to your party, even with how you have to chain exactly what you're doing is
Yep.
so good. I
Yeah.
love it.
I mentioned especially with the Dragon Blade is that this game is designed so that you're thinking of these battles as a chess match, that you're thinking 3 moves ahead.
Yeah.
And like these spells just add to that. It's really, really neat.
I hope that me establishing my full grasp of this entire structure doesn't inhibit the fact that I will fail miserably probably tomorrow and not realize any of this. But I really am actually glad of this entire stream so I could wrap my head around that exact order of operations, because that's how I'm going to try and play it.
Well, and what's a little annoying, and I do think this is a misstep for Tanares. Most of the sample adventure is not fighting. It's this mystery. And the mystery is really good. It's really good. And you're gonna have one knockdown drag out tomorrow. Assuming we get there, and I think we will.
That's exciting.
But it's like there's like you learn all this stuff, and then there's a lot of ceremony in the sample adventure that we're gonna skip because I want to get to what we can do in a one shot.
Sure.
And then there's a mystery, and like there's very like you could go a couple of sessions and not have a lot of fights, and it's like, look, this game is made for arena battles, and one thing I didn't mention, and we're not going to do, but this game is designed for player versus player too, and that's like a good arena strategy battle. That's what this is designed for.
Yeah, like you mentioned with the My Hero Academia tournament, it's those perfect quirks, just enhancing the powers that were already there and almost making them activate in ways you never expected. So I love that kind of approach.
Yeah, and Rave says unwilling movement. Sprocket needs that. Yeah, because Sprocket's got the cool wind spell that just slams people around, and chaining. If being able to chain those, it would just be literally killer.
That's really where my head's at right now. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, but also I can't plot anything because I need to be reacting to exactly what's happening to the party around me and all of that. Right. So it's going to be very cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Like I promise we're not starting a campaign of this.
You promised that, and I'm about to beg you of it. You don't have to stream it. You don't have to podcast it, Techno.
Somebody needs to let me play.
We can.
That's,
you know what?
That's what I want.
Fair. That's fair.
Oh no, Jen, no, like
for science.
Okay, let's hit the character sheets. We're gonna go back to Madwalker a little bit.
Yes.
Because you're good.
Please.
Like the way the Madwalker's set up is that as you're using your power, you're actually getting weaker and weaker and weaker until you're not anymore. And activating shape-shifting is not an option at that point, and you just go into beast mode.
Yes.
and it's rad. It is really cool.
It's so rad.
But yeah, these are the character sheets. They're murder on printers if you print them, but it's gorgeous.
How many printers did you go through, Techno? 4?
I did not print this.
1 per character? Okay, good. Thank God.
I did not print. No, y'all are gonna have to keep track of your character sheets. There's way too much for me to keep track of tomorrow.
No, I've got it already pulled up on my phone.
Yeah.
As reference.
But yeah, oh man, like so like okay, so here are your available things to do. So there's not a lot. You're level 3, That's fine. So like this comes with, and I think the printed book actually comes with these cards. Which in fact I'm sure that the book comes with these cards. So you get spell books with the book. Spell cards with the book, which I love.
I love that too. That's a labor of love.
Yeah. All right. So this is Jen's character, and so let's look. Let's look what shapes. I think you're able to do all the shape. Okay, so those are the things. I guess. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have all four level. Okay, all 4 level 3 shapes. But these are the things that you can do with your sanity, and they're all rad. And so you also have like bioluminescent secretion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you essentially have spell cards here, and so yeah, those like this part is going to be the best thing to look over for just your spells, but we're gonna go back and look at the shapes again because they're really cool.
The shapes are so cool, and again, the risk reward until beast mode is such a cool system because again, once you activate that, yeah, it's boss mode.
Yep. All right. Kalanya is here, our wizard, who Jeff is going to handle. And so, okay, so here is the special lost magic researcher abilities that you're gonna be doing. I would assume every time. I mean, you do have that nat 1 risk, but still, I mean, it's an Arcana roll. And what is your Arcana? Your Arcana is a +7, and so it's a DC 18 plus your level. And so, like if level 1, level 1 spell, you need to roll a 12 or above to make it even stronger than it normally is, and you only have that 1 in 20 chance of it backfiring. You need to do that. You gotta do it. So yeah, we do have the new spells on here. I think Static Bolt, which is the one that we were talking about. Yeah, really cool. So Mbolo, just so cool. Let's check out. Okay, yeah, and so Expanded Soul. That's when you're in balance, you get a +1 on all your ability checks, which is why all those ability checks are either +3 or +5, because Imbolo's in balance, meaning all of his abilities are within 2 points of each other. That's this equilibrium thing.
Love it.
That's so good.
It really is so good.
Yeah, so the Words of Encouragement feature is on here, and yeah, all of the spells. So the spells are either in here. Oh wait, we have spell cards, don't we? Do we have spell cards for him? Come on. No?
Come on. Surely.
I guess we didn't have wizard spell cards either. Okay, all right. Well, they're either standard spells or they're spells in here, which I'll figure out a way just to share this thing, or it's on there. On their website as well. Let's go back to the shapes, because I do want.
Those are the coolest.
Yeah. All right. So well, first of all, let's go. Okay, so all the special abilities that the Mad Walker uses add to insanity. So when you hit 3 points of insanity, your attack rolls, AC, and saves all go down by 1. You hit 6, you're down by 2. 9, you're down by 3. But then once you hit 12, then all of a sudden you take on a penumbral shape like this. So good.
Just just casually like this, just the
Y-
coolest.
Yeah.
So many variations. That's so cool.
Like, I don't know what that actually is, but goodness, that's really nice. All right, so here are some of them. So like here are you have your standard mutations, and then you have your arachnid trail mutations. And so like that one that we just looked at was I think this arachnid scout. And so you get double stealth, and all of your basically your scores are replaced here. You know, web spinning, web sense, web walker, multi attack, claw, spider climb, all this rad stuff. Same thing with the surf. And then the regular mutations are envy, which you'll have special attacks and stuff, or gluttony. Gluttony looks nice. Envy. Gosh, this art character,
The art is so good.
Is great.
It's incredible. Like every single variation of that is unique, and also just with the also stats to go along with it is perfect. It's great.
Right. You pick, Jen. You pick which shape to go with, and so so like some of these are like first level stuff, which I think is your. So like gluttony is your first level, then second level is your surf, then third level is envy and scout. So I'm thinking that your envy and scout are probably going to be your better ones. And so like here your hit points are 22, and you just have better stuff. Same with here, gluttony has hit points of 14. I'm sorry, that of 17, but here it's 22. With a little bit better armor class. You have multi-attack. You got claws. Resentment blast, which I think is psychic damage, is pretty rad.
That is.
Yeah, so you can turn into one of these things. Now, you at this point you've hit maximum insanity, and you're not.
Yes.
You can't gain any more insanity until you do a full rest. So you change into this thing for whatever your level is, so 3 minutes, and then you're done. Yeah, I mean you're done. You're done with this for the rest of the day until you take a rest. And so like we mentioned, like this does seem like this is boss time beast mode of
right.
But which is also a really interesting thing, because you're using your insanity, and you're kind of keeping an eye on that, and you don't want to hit that early or anything. Oh, you will.
I love that dynamic.
Yeah. No. This is really good. And so the thing you do to use up insanity are all of these abilities, and these are really cool. Like space distortion, which is really neat. It allows you to open up little pocket portals, and you can stab through one of these portals and do a melee attack on somebody 30 feet away. Like like a little portal is popping up behind them, and you just pop them in the back real quick, type stuff. Noxious Attack. It's when you grow like these poison glands in your hands, and it coats your weapons with poison, and you just start stacking poison on enemies. And a lot of these last for you're doing this at the beginning of the battle, you're adding it for a minute, and you're done. You're done with this one. You've only used one. So the next round, then you're doing space distortion, and because that this is a bonus action. This is a bonus action. All these are bonus. Nearly all of these are bonus action, except for like Shadow Web, which basically turns you into Spider-Man. But all of Spider-Man these are bonus actions.
May I request the description of Grow a Tentacle one more time?
Where was
it's a weird request, but it was the one that was right above Aberrant Arachnid Trail, I believe, where you can
horrid.
You can give your Horror Tentacle. You can give your tentacle options, and check this out, because this is where you can stack poison damage or whatever. Yeah, this is insane.
You grow a hideous tentacle on your back. Has the reach of 10 feet and lasts for a minute. You can perform an action like pull, drag, lift an object. You can carry twice the weight. You can use it to do things. I like this one. You can use it as an extra limb, so you grant advantage on dexterity or strength checks. So like, you know, you're trying, like, you're in the middle of a battle and you're trying to get up to this higher level. You're using this is bonus action. You're using this bonus action to grow a tentacle, and now you have a tentacle on your back for a minute. All this stuff is stacking. This is the insane
and you're
part
1
about
point
this.
more insane. It's perfect.
Yeah. So you have a tentacle, you have poison weapons, you're stabbing through portals, you have elastic limbs, so they're like shooting out and shooting 10 feet out instead of 5 feet out. This last 10 minutes, like all of this stuff, there's no concentration. So you're just stacking this crazy stuff and secreting bioluminescent substance.
Lest we not forget.
Lest we not forget.
Secreting bioluminescent substances, yes.
So you're growing a tentacle, using it to leap up on this thing, shooting out your elastic limbs, stabbing people with poison daggers while secreting.
While secreting. Jen finally gets it. She's legit playing a Lovecraftian monster.
Yes,
yep, we've
yes.
nailed it.
Oh.
We've nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is Dungeons and Dragons on overdrive. It really is.
Oh, I'm in love with it.
Man, this is like, okay, so this is a Kickstarter right now, and
oh, I'm gonna fund it. I gotta get this.
This is the reason this is at $1.4 million.
Yeah, right. And the secreting is key. Yeah. I'm just quoting chat.
Yeah. So like, this book comes with a pretty decent sized adventure. It's actually a 3-book set. There's a pretty decent sized adventure that takes you from like level 3 to like level 12. So not massively huge, but pretty decent size. But it gives you the whole setting in the player's guide. It is a whole setting. One thing that I don't know how this works yet, and I'm really interested in it, is that the DM decides at the beginning of the day which of the great dragons are alive and which ones are dead.
Oh, wow.
And which ones are alive and which ones are dead actually forms the world. Like, the world has different qualities to it depending on which ones are alive. So
that is so cool.
So like the whole place has a different atmosphere to it.
Wow. And you know me and my draconic intuition. That fascinates me to my core as a player, or a character, I should say. But that's fantastic. I really appreciate that.
Okay. Thrash, if you're going to fund this.
I'm going to.
Okay. So I don't get to be a player very often.
Thrash, can we get
friend?
My friend, can we get Jen to DM?
Oh, Jen wants to run it.
I was about to say, can we please get Jen to DM? I didn't mean to say it like that.
Jen just told me that she was nervous that this was going to become a campaign.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, guess what? Techno said he couldn't run it. And guess who could possibly? Who's also very equally busy and has so many more things to do, I'm sure. Jen, please, yes.
This book is so good. Like, I'm so pumped.
I buy it. Jen runs it. Techno joins as a player. Finally, we got to do this.
Yeah. All right, let's hit Imbolo just a little bit. All right. So Imbolo is a cleric, and so is kind of typical cleric, but under the courage domain, which is their new domain. Oh. Yes. Oh no. This needs to be streamed. Oh, this is good stuff.
Yes, it truly does.
All right. So words of encouragement. This is a really cool thing. For you have the Embolo has courage points. I think he has 5. We'll go look at that again. But he can use these courage points in these different ways. So if a creature fails a saving throw, Embolo can use a courage point as a reaction to basically give him a quick pep talk and let that character re-roll the save. As a bonus action, you can use the courage point to summon your inner strength and to smite your foes, which is going to do extra damage, a 1d10 damage. And then, but this one's an action, but this one I really like. You can use a courage point to shout a powerful war cry that strengthens your party's resolve. You and all allies within 30 feet gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d6 plus your cleric level for 1 minute, and can roll a saving throw to remove any effect causing the frightened condition. While the temporary hit points last, they also give advantage on all other saving throws made against effects that cause the frightened condition. So this is a group heal that I like. There's also a group heal spell that is really cool. Channel Divinity, which is bolster the spirit. You can use your Channel Divinity to bolster the courage of a creature you touch, which is +1 to AC, +1 to attack rolls, +1 to saving throws, and +1 to damage rolls. And during its duration, that creature can choose to re-roll 1 die. Before knowing if the roll is successful or not. So you can just hold back that die, and it doesn't say what die. So it could be damage, it could be attack, it could be saving throw, whatever.
I love that so much.
When you use this fixture, you choose to spend a courage point to give the touch creature more benefits instead of it's one of the following benefits. Okay. So you can use courage point to give the touch creature more benefits than just one. If you touch an ally, it gains 2 benefits. If you apply it to yourself, it will gain 3, which is rad.
Yes, it is.
Most of the spells are from D&D. Some are unique to this game. We'll jump over. We'll jump over to. We were at the cleric spot. What am I doing? Lost my mind.
You're still being a professional. That's what you're doing. And also, you've talked me into it. I've officially pledged to this Kickstarter, and I've getting the 3 printed books along with the digitals so we can share with Jen to run this entire thing, and I'm very excited about that. So that's what you're doing, technically. Nice. You're doing your due diligence.
Yeah, no, I'm getting physical copies of it. I love it. I think this is great.
Yeah, this has my whole heart already.
Where are they? Where are they? Come on. Why am I?
I can't wait to play this badly.
Right. New spells for the cleric. Veil of Bravery. So this is a 2nd level spell. This one is like one I really, really like. Is that it? No, Prayer of the Desperate. That's the one I really like. 2nd level spell. Choose up to 3 creatures in range that need to be healed. Each gains 1d6 hit points. So group heal spell. If the healed creature has 0 hit points, it also receives +2 to its AC until the start of its turn. This I love because it gives that creature that person a chance to escape.
Right.
You know, it bolsters their defense because they're prone. They're prone on the ground, and it bolsters their defense so that they have a moment to get out.
I love the balance of how hyper specific you can be in a moment and a contingency, and also how methodical you have to be in planning ahead on what you're doing, even 2 rounds ahead of what you're trying to do to recover from what's happening. This is truly such a good balance. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to the beginning, a Cursing Touch is a necrotic attack spell, which is cool because it's 1d6 necrotic damage, but they take a 1d4 penalty on their next d20 roll. So that it weakens their attack or whatever they're planning to do next, which I love. Arena's Fervor. So like, yeah, this is where your party is instilled with the spirit of the arena. You and every willing ally within range has advantage on strength checks, strength saves, and saving throws against this effect that cause frighten. This lasts for a minute. It is not concentration. It is an action. So yeah, I mean you can do that at the beginning of your pump up for the arena, right? And you know, now your party has these advantages going into it. Veil of Bravery, which is 2nd level. Choose up to 3 allied creatures in range. While under the effects, creatures gain +1 to all saving throws, plus the following effect. When the creature takes damage, it can use a reaction to reduce the damage by 1d6 for itself and all creatures within 20 feet of it that are under this effect. So you can the way I'm reading that, like if there's 2 people side by side who are both have this cast on them, that both of them can use that 1d6 reaction. Because like if it's like if you and I, Thrash, are being attacked and we both have this spell, like Imbolo has cast a spell on both of us,
right?
And so the bad guy tries to stab you. I can use my reaction because it can be on anybody within 20 feet who have had the spell on them. It can be my reaction that reduces it by 1d6 and your reaction that reduces
exactly.
It by
That's
1d6.
perfect. If it lines up with what I'm trying to do my order of operations with, and it's one of my defensive spells, I can add a +2 AC to that to a nearby ally after that, and to chain it even more. Oh man, I love this.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a wizard spell which does not apply to Imbolo, but Jen, if you missed this is yeah, there are a lot of buffs against being frightened. Static Bolt. This is a 1st level spell for new spell for wizards. You shoot a bolt of static energy at a creature within range. Make a ranged attack spell, blah blah blah. On a hit, it takes 1d6 lightning damage and another 1d6 lightning damage for each 5 feet it moves, willingly or not, until the end of its next turn. So it can go up to 5d6 damage on a 1st level spell.
On a 1st dang level spell.
Yeah. So this is where tactics come in. It's like if you can get somebody in a static bolt and then have the dragon blade, come around and push them 10 feet.
Exactly.
You're just racking up damage. Jesper, yeah, welcome. Push. Yeah. I'm absolutely loving this system.
I am absolutely in love with it too.
All right, so the only other thing that we really need to hit on with Imbolo again is just in general the Taimaku, their philosophy, because this is my favorite part about the Taimaku. I love this.
Yes.
They're literal, pragmatic, and logical. They seek overall perfection through physical, mental, and spiritual balance, trying to transcend their shortcomings with constant journey of learning in all areas. They are usually righteous and lawful, believing that each individual is crucial to making the great wheels of life turn. Toward this goal of holistic development, the Taimaku pioneered the custom of holding social competitions in all sorts of activities, from oratory to combat, from sports to spelling bees. These confrontations shaped society, for their result often determined the next tasks that the participants would perform. Winners must teach the losers or move on to another field where they're weaker. And then the quote the quote of their philosophy: to learn, to practice, to perfect, then to move on. This is the way. Absolutely
This is
love
the
it.
way.
And so this is why Imbolo, his character sheet is perfectly balanced. And Taimaku get bonus points for balancing their abilities. All right, so like all of his abilities are within 2 points of each other, and so he gets a bonus for being in balance, and he gets that another bonus in his skills for being in balance. So he's not great at anything, but he's darn good at literally everything. His lowest skill check is going to be a +3, but his highest is a +5. So it's not he's not like being hugely out of step with anything. And so yeah, like he has a +4 to hit with his Warhammer, and 1d6 +2, which is it's not going to be that huge compared to like Goknok, which is right, which is going to be a 1d8 +3, but with a bonus of stuff that you're adding with dragon ability.
Exactly.
But like,
very excited.
Imbolo is going to be that guy in the party that, like, everybody's turning around. It's like, okay, is anybody good at doing this? And Imbolo's like, yes, me. It's like, quit raising your hand on everything, guy.
It's like, but that's how I live. That's my code. I must be good at everything.
Yeah, we riffed earlier, and I love this about, like, if you win the competition, then like you sit all the losers down and teach them
yes,
in spelling bees and cool crap like that.
Spelling bees was specifically cited. I love that.
Yeah. And so yeah, I loved that was the concept I pitched to Doug for my backup character in Avernus, and if I never use that backup character, I'll use him somewhere.
He already exists in your heart. That's
If we play this game and I get to be a player, I'll probably call Taimaku.
Well,
unless somebody else wants him.
How can we deprive you of that technique? You didn't even force my hand in backing this project. It truly won my heart on its own merit. But yeah, you can certainly play that character. I give you that.
Vader Kid, thank you for the cheer. No, like this,
Vader!
Like y'all have no idea how helpful this is for me. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me streaming this, because there's
me too.
I mentioned this earlier, but we're doing a one shot of this, but this is very different. This is not, like, nothing about this book is the same as, it's like, just like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna do D&D. Yes, we're doing D&D, but it's D&D on steroids, and like every class is stepped up. Like the amount of like different abilities and stuff, it was overwhelming me, so this was hugely helpful for me to go through.
I have a much better grasp on this, and a much larger love of this as a game now. Yeah, so thank you for this, especially. I appreciate you letting me tune in on this and grasp what I could. This is very cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna play this tomorrow at 8 Central Time. I'm going to, like, I'm doing my best to. There's a lot that I'm shaving off of the adventure to get to the parts that I really like. The game does this pretty darn cool thing where it puts session 0 into the game. And so, like, all the stuff that you normally do during session 0, it does in the narrative, and which is something I really think is cool. But that being said, we're trying to do a one shot, so I shaved a lot of that stuff off of it. I'm shaving as much as I can off of it, I think we're going to be really good on time. My only fear is if like the mystery goes a little bit long and um then uh then the battle comes after the mystery and I, after all this I think we all want to see this battle.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to use the quirks as we called them and all of that chemistry as a team. It seems very cool, but also I'm equally excited about the mystery. So yeah,
Yeah. No, the
super
mystery's
interested in this.
great. The mystery's great and the battle's going to be great. We're going to do our best to do as much as we can. I'll try to kind of keep us focused. We're terrible at that.
You know how we are. I was about to say, yeah, the Dice and Cheery crew alone from last year, Wine Quest. Need I say more?
Quest. Emote only chat. Woo!
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, okay. So yeah, y'all come hang out tomorrow. This is going to be so cool. It's going to be so, if y'all can, like, don't cancel date night with the wife, all right? But
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get a divorce, but also don't miss it.
right. Just convince your wife
Both
this
of those.
is date night.
Yeah, both of those things. Make this date night. We'll make it worth it. We'll strengthen your relationship.
Oh, but yeah, no, this is and this is the other thing that impressed me is like with all of this, like the adventure puts a really good mystery up front, and D&D is terrible at mysteries.
Yeah.
But they
very, very reliant on the DM in that regard.
Yeah, but no, it's a really good mystery, and so I'm really looking forward. So tomorrow at 8:00, if y'all are able to jump on a little bit early to make sure we start on time, I would be really appreciated. But 8 Central tomorrow, we're gonna be right here, rocking this game.
I'm raring to go.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, very good, very good. So great. Who we got streaming right now? We'll go raid somebody. If
raid time. Hey, thanks for letting me tune in with this. I really appreciate you letting me contribute.
Oh no, thank you. It really helps me to talk through it.
It's very fun for me.
Yeah. Zazarin or Hank Bud? Y'all got a preference?
I'll let chat vote.
Vader Kid's normally all over this, but he's got, Dr. Pepper emotes.
I'm voting Hank Bud if chat doesn't vote.
Vader Kid.
Oh no, of course he did it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the one that ends up getting reported over that too, We'll go hang out with Hank Bud. Again, thank y'all so much, and we'll
yeah, thank you, Techno.
We will see y'all tomorrow, and looking forward to it. So check y'all later.